Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy,
Makes
Kelly.
two of us, my friend.
Oh my God.
Feel good.
I hate technical
refreshed.
difficulties.
Yeah.
But now I am ready to podcast.
We're ready to go?
I have infrequently been as prepared to podcast as I feel in this moment.
Whoa.
Yep, it's exciting times.
Quite a statement. Is this something for the new year or just
nope, because
how you're feeling?
Again, I don't believe in that sort of thing. Time is a valueless construct that we humans have created, and therefore, new year, no care.
See, I don't like hearing that time is a... What did you say it was?
Time is a meaningless construct.
Okay. Not when you buy an Apple Watch. You know what I mean? It's like, no, I want to follow the time.
I can't justify the cost of this device if time is but a meaningless concept or construct.
I need time to mean a lot.
Like $300-ish.
Yep.
Minimum.
Exactly. With the insurance and the this.
Okay, so I'll amend that. Time is a meaningless construct unless you have an Apple Watch, which we both do, and therefore my point is moot.
It's fine.
It's like a cow's opinion. It's moo.
It's a new year.
Welcome to Bitter Coffee, a comedy podcast from two friends who are just about over it. I'm Derek Fanton.
And I'm Kelly Coffey.
Thank you all for joining us in 2019. Congratulations, everybody. We made it.
Did we?
Everybody keeps saying to me, like, we made it. I don't feel out from under anything. I feel very weighted down by the current year as well as the past year.
I feel like there's a constant weighted blanket on my emotions. And like not in the good way. That I'm just like, ugh.
I feel like I have a weighted blanket of emotions is my problem.
It's even better.
Yeah. They're holding me down and they're in no way lifting me up.
I'm not finding any comfort from this weighted blanket. It's just weighing me down.
It's keeping me warm like acid would keep me warm.
Right.
It's
not a weighted blanket that I asked for.
Exactly.
May I have a weighted blanket?
New year, new weighted blanket. I'm sorry. I want to take that back immediately. New year, new something is not something that I ascribe to. I can't.
Okay. And I'm glad we're on this subject.
Okay,
right out of the gate, you and I.
Firing off in 2019.
So what is your personal cutoff for people wishing you a happy new year?
Oh, that is a great question. Little behind the scenes info. We're recording this on the 8th of January. We're like at the tail end. We're at the tail end of my ability to wish people a happy new year. Yeah, I will usually give people the week. So, whatever, if the new year falls on a Tuesday, you get the whole week. If it were to fall on a Thursday or a Friday, you get the weekend, I guess. And then the following week, it is over. You're off the list. The new year has come. We're all aware of it. I don't need to wish you a happy new year anymore.
You're much more generous.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I thought I was going to be
a
real asshole about that.
No.
Oh, tell me more.
January 3rd. Hard stop.
Oh.
Stop it.
Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Have some goddamn values.
Yeah, just no.
Okay.
Stop wishing me happy new year. I know it's a new year. I'm not 4.
I understand how time works.
Exactly. I can't. Hey, happy new year. I had somebody once wish me happy new year in February.
Okay.
So I just assumed that maybe
far.
They followed a different calendar than I did.
The Mayan New Year?
Right. And it was like there.
Well, were they Chinese? Chinese New Year is early February.
No.
Said the guy who works at a computer company. I know that only for import reasons. But
I don't know.
Maybe they celebrate Chinese New Year. So you were just being culturally insensitive.
No, I don't think he was Chinese.
Okay. Well.
I don't know.
Who are we to judge?
Well,
anyway.
That's what we do.
Well, that's a good
what
point.
The show's about. But
we have a podcast. That's what it's for. The big thing for me, pet peeve-wise, on New Year's... well, first of all, let's definitely say January 3rd, hard stop on Happy New Year. Can everybody get behind that? Let's just
now
agree.
A policy.
It's now a policy. It's a Bitter Coffee policy, the first of many. New Year, you get a Happy New Year up until January 3rd, and then just move on with your life.
Right.
Okay, great. I love it.
That works.
I love it. My other pet peeve with New Year's is the new year, new insert thing that is new that you're doing currently. It's not actually new. You just say new year, new me. First of all, that's dumb. Second of all,
it is kind of dumb.
Of all of the things that you could be doing, like, you're in the kitchen at work and somebody's like, new year, new dishes. It's like, stop it. Please
Why would
stop.
you wait till the new year to get new dishes?
Exactly. Don't let that time is a meaningless construct that we as humans have put put on ourselves. It's not new. It happens to be a different number, 2018 versus 2019. Don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. If you need new dishes, get them. Don't wait till the new year.
Don't wait until the planets are rotating and oh my God. Yeah, no.
Now it's the year of the pig, and I can therefore get new dishes. I don't think that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
No, pigs don't even eat off of dishes.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Since we're on the annoying subject of New Year's resolutions?
Again, because I maintain that time is a meaningless I don't really, but no, I try not to make New Year's resolutions because I know myself well enough to know that I won't stick to them.
Okay.
And therefore, I'm already disappointed in me enough. I don't need another reason to be disappointed in me.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I don't make any.
You steer clear because
I steer clear of New Year's resolution.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I
do
make them.
Okay.
I do, but I mean they're kind of stupid.
Well, I would argue all New Year's resolutions are kind of stupid, but how are they stupid to you?
Well, like I want to start drinking more water and less caffeine.
Oh, all right. I mean, adding to your gluten-free lifestyle, that is quite a choice.
We might get into that at some point, but
okay.
I'm not there yet.
Ooh.
I can't.
It's teaser.
I am teetering on the edge.
So you said teetering. You've got your tea. I see.
I do.
So that's good. That's water-based. That's a start. That's great.
And
is it caffeine-free tea?
You want to talk about a policy?
Okay.
I've never done a podcast without tea.
Oh, great.
So that's
point.
my policy.
Well, I did watch you this evening.
Oh, okay. No, let's get right into it.
Not to put you on blast, as the kids say. The kids do not say that anymore, by the way.
What do they say now?
Maybe they talk about that being the tea. Don't they talk? That's the tea. That's the truth. Isn't that kind of similar?
No, people still say
put you on blast.
I think they do.
People?
Maybe.
I'm making Derek's air quotes for this episode. People say that, or
there's a reality show that I watch, and I won't disclose what it is.
Okay, good for you.
And
have some values.
And those kids say it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm glad it's still topical. But anyway, to put you on blast a bit,
sure.
As it relates to your tea, I did watch you and Michelle run around trying to find your tea this evening that you knew you had made. You knew what mug it was in. Mm-hmm. You just had no idea where it was. We've all been there. We've all been there. Whether that's the glasses on your own forehead, whether it's you've made a beverage and don't know where it is. I'm not trying to judge. I just thought it was
because it feels a little judgy, but that's fine.
Well, we'll let the podcast judge. I'm just presenting information.
Okay.
So
don't shoot the messenger.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I understand.
This isn't about me right now. It's about you. So I watched you look for your tea.
Not. But okay.
And then you did find it. So good for you.
Because I looked in every room, and I looked pretty much on every surface.
Circled the premises.
In every room. And then just started basically screaming.
Where's my tea?
How did I lose my goddamn tea?
How did I? And that's the best part when you realize your own thing that you've how did I do this?
Yeah. And I'm retracing my steps. I'm like,
right.
So I was in the kitchen, and then I went to the kitchen, and then I stood in the kitchen. And I'm in the kitchen after basically sweeping the house.
Right. Even though you knew it was in the kitchen somewhere.
I knew it was in the kitchen somewhere. Yeah. And I was right.
Yep, you were right.
It was very hot. So I put it in the freezer.
It's a totally logical thing to do. It's not like putting your keys in the freezer. Your keys have no business in the freezer.
No.
You had hot tea that you needed to be colder on a short time frame. You put it in the freezer. Makes complete sense in hindsight.
I just forgot.
Where you would put it. Fortunately, you have a backup beverage. In addition to your tea, to your tea tonight, you're enjoying some sort of water-based product again, some sort of seltzer.
Oh, am I?
Yeah?
Oh, am I?
Tell me about it.
It's seltzer. You're right.
Okay.
And I think it's Polar Seltzer?
Uh-huh.
Yes. They have lots of pretty cool flavors. They have these seasonal flavors.
They're going above and beyond. We talked
are.
about the Trix thing with the extra fruit flavor and Skittles. These guys, they know what's up. They're limited edition flavors left and right.
Do you want to know what this is?
I'm really interested.
Ask me what it is.
So what kind of seltzer are you drinking there, Kelly?
It's Hibiscus Cloudberry.
What?
Not even lying. We'll take a picture and we'll throw it up on the socials.
Yes, we'll definitely
later.
put it on the socials.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
And not like a stock photo. We'll do an actual photo.
Oh, all right, real life
of,
photo.
My glass.
I like it.
And the mixer in the background.
I love it. We'll put it up on the shelf. Your loving wife created this incredible shelf.
Look at that.
For the Bitter Coffee mug. We'll post a picture on social.
Now we're just teasing people.
Yeah, you wait
Hang on,
until you see all the social media things.
Cloudberry. But here's the thing. I mean, it tastes good, But I don't know if it's more hibiscus or more cloudberry. I have no idea.
I love the Polar Seltzer random word generator that is responsible for creating their flavor names. Hibiscus cloudberry.
Cloudberry.
Yeah, so you're saying you can't quite tell if it's a more hibiscusy or more cloudberry?
Can't tell.
What is a cloudberry exactly?
I don't know. I don't even know what hibiscus tastes like. I have no idea. I don't know. So I'm in the dark.
Hibiscus cloudberry. I think I went to high school with hibiscus cloudberry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Her family was sort of out there.
Yeah.
But you knew if you got invited to a party at Hibiscus Cloudberry, or the Cloudberries, as we called it, the Cloudberry compound.
Yep.
You go.
You've reached the Cloudberries. We're not here right now.
Welcome to the Cloudberry compound.
Yep.
You get down, you have a good time. Difficult to get out of the Cloudberry compound.
It'd be like the Hotel California.
Right.
I love when you and I steal one another's thoughts in real time. We're like, like we can't get to it.
Jabber.
Yeah.
I will race you to the random Hotel California reference about getting out of places.
I think you won that one.
Well, it's a give and take.
And
We'll
I'm
trade off.
slowed down. I mean, it's the hibiscus cloudberry going right to my head. My reflexes are a bit off tonight.
The Cloudberries getting into my synapses.
I'm not driving. It's fine.
It's
fine. I'm just going to drift off in about 10 minutes.
They're going to see a spike in babies named Hibiscus Cloudberry in about 9 months.
Yeah.
Yikes. Don't do
exciting.
that.
No,
don't do that to your child. Don't be a moxie.
But I will say, hey, Polar Seltzer, if you're listening, hell of a seltzer you got here.
Great work.
Yeah. I bought it because of the name.
Well, why wouldn't you? Of course you did. And
true.
We have no idea what it tastes like, Polar, but it's great.
It's good.
Good work.
I'm thinking it's more cloudberry than hibiscus, if pressed for an answer.
It sounds like cloudberries would be difficult to cultivate. Are they grown in the air and watered by a summer dew, perhaps?
Could be.
Okay.
Or angels.
Watered by angels, named by idiots. Hibiscus cloudberry.
Gently watered by angels. You don't want to bruise the cloudberries.
Lovingly watered by...
And constantly hugged.
Lovingly watered by pretentious angels.
Yep.
Hibiscus cloudberry by Polar. Great work, Polar. By the way, still looking for that sponsorship on the Leo podcast if you want to get in touch with us.
Hey, speaking of sponsorships, I want to talk about a podcast that I listen to.
Oh, cool.
It's a podcast from a guy and his wife who sell T-shirts.
Nice.
Boardwalk T-shirts.
Okay.
Bored
Nice.
Walk
Nice.
T-shirts. It's where I got your Christmas gift.
Oh my God!
Fuzz Aldrin.
Oh, the Fuzz Aldrin T-shirt.
Yep.
I will have to post about that as well when I finally break that one out. Oh my God, it's amazing! It combines two of my very favorite things: space and cats. Fuzz Aldrin, cool. So what is it? Boardwalk T-shirts.
Yeah, Bored.
I love the name.
WALK.
Boardwalk T-shirts, and they've got a podcast.
They have a podcast.
Is it a T-shirt based podcast?
It's not.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's not unlike this one. So what happened was I had ordered some T-shirts, and they let me know that they were on their way, which was great.
Yeah.
Matt from Boardwalk sent me an email saying, hey, your T-shirts are on their way. They should be here by Saturday. And I'm just all about that kind of customer service.
Right. Unnecessary alert. Just,
but
reaching
it's just,
out. Say what's up.
It's great. It's fantastic. So he said something like, it'll be in before you know it or something. And then my response was, that's what she said. And now I feel like if we lived in the same state or even on the same side of the United States,
you'd be best friends?
We'd all be best friends.
So that sort of motivated a back and forth a little bit, and you found out about the podcast?
Yeah,
and all
he
that
and his
stuff?
wife got married in
cool.
Vermont, and it's just, it's great.
That's awesome.
It's fantastic. So if you want to buy a T-shirt, that's who I'm asking you to buy it
Nice.
from.
Boardwalk T-shirts. Shout out. Thanks, guys. You make great T-shirts. I saw a couple others that you and Michelle had gotten from them.
I got one from Michelle, and
Yep.
it's an illustration of a bird.
A beautiful illustration. Like you might
it's
see
gorgeous.
somebody cross stitch a beautiful bird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it says in this really nice font, hell is other people.
Hashtag relatable.
Totally true. Because his T-shirts don't lie. Although I don't know if there's really a Fuzz Aldrin space camp. We could look into
There
that.
damn well better be, because
I don't wanna
all
ruin...
of my hopes are
no,
dashed.
There is. There
Okay.
there
Good.
absolutely is.
Even if there's not, keep lying to me.
You're signed up.
Great.
And it's a special
I can't
place.
wait for summer. It's finally happening.
Yeah.
Fuzz
It's not
Aldrin
going to be
Space
this
Academy.
summer, but it's...
At some point down the line? Okay.
In like
Okay.
a few years.
Okay.
And
forward
then
to
I got
meeting
one
Fuzz.
for myself, and it's like that kind of cool 70s kind of font, and I'm totally destroying what it is.
Well,
And it just says, someday we'll all be dead.
again, dropping truth bombs.
Yeah. Yeah.
From coast to coast.
Yep.
Oh my God. I love it. I love that kind of thing. Good for them for something we've always wanted to do, start a business with our random thoughts and phrases that we come up with, and they're actually doing it. So shout out to Boardwalk T-Shirts.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for the T-shirts. Great podcast. I wonder if Matt would make a Hibiscus Cloudberry T-shirt.
I wonder if
do we just leave it alone?
You could do like a spin-off, because it probably is like copyrighted or trademarked or something by Polar, but you'd have to do like Hibiscus Cloudberry.
Yeah.
And it's just like a caricature of the bottle or something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
From Solar Seltzer. Oh my God, Matt, if you're listening, Hibiscus Cloudberry.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We'll just spit them out left and right. If you need new phrases like Fuzz Aldrin and someday we'll all be dead, we got you.
We got you. Got caught in the elevator at work.
Oh God, no. Jeez.
I didn't really care.
Well, I think you're in the minority of people who've gotten stuck in an elevator.
No, and here's why.
Okay.
I am in the elevator by myself.
Oh God, even more terrifying. Okay.
Well, okay. Which is a fresher hell? Being stuck in the elevator by yourself or being stuck in the elevator with other people?
I immediately recant my disappointment in the fact that you were alone. You're 100% right.
I'm going Han Solo on this one.
Much rather be stranded by myself.
Right. I mean, sure, maybe people won't be able to hear my cries for help, but I don't want to hear somebody else's cries for help.
Also, you won't then be arrested for murder after you get out of the
right,
elevator.
Exactly.
The person you've killed.
They were dead when I got in the elevator.
They really freaked out. And
Detective?
They snapped their own neck.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
After hour 15.
So I get in the elevator, and I work on the 5th floor, so I hit 5, for those of you following along at home.
What a wonderfully logical decision.
I know. Well, it's a hospital. They have to think these things
Gotta be in order, the whole deal.
So I hit 5, and I start ascending, and then a couple of different bells indicating that I'm on different floors. Okay. And then all of a sudden, oh, nope, we're going back down.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you don't want to you don't want the elevator to make autonomous decisions.
And nothing's lighting up, so I can't tell where I am.
God. Now you're being transported to some parallel dimension.
Right. It's like, I don't even know what country I'm going to end up in. I have no idea.
Suddenly you're in an episode of Fringe.
And I can't get a signal because I'm in an elevator.
Sure.
So, of course, I'm on that floor that doesn't get a signal. So the door randomly kind of opens up, and then I just jump off the elevator.
Well, you want to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I wasn't like, oh, let's try this again.
I'm sure it'll be better the next time.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So the number 5 is still lit up on the number that I pressed.
But you're not on 5.
No, I'm on 4.
Oh. Okay.
So I just basically ran down the hallway and up some stairs and got to my desk.
Sure.
And I figured, well, maybe in an effort to have other people not get stuck in this elevator, I'll call the maintenance people.
Oh.
So I called facilities or whoever.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, this is Kelly Coffey. Just wanted to let you guys know that I was in elevator C and I got stuck in the elevator. And I said, yeah, it was really weird. I hit 5 and, kind of walked him through what I did. He said, well, that's really weird. And I said, yeah, so I just wanted to let you know.
Hence
because
the phone call.
Right. I said, I don't know if you want to put the out of order sign that's constantly on this elevator.
Oh, well, that bodes well.
Do you want the out of order? It's like a magnet.
The out of order sign, not an out of order sign.
No, it's the. It's the.
Because it exists
They just
previously.
like slap it up on the wall because it's a metal door and a magnet. Like they're and it's all worn out.
Yeah,
they're used to it.
You're painting a picture.
And he said, oh, well, yeah, that's really weird.
You're like, again.
And my response was, it's the entire reason for my phone call.
When I have a normal elevator experience,
right.
I don't run back to my desk to call and tell you about it.
Right. I don't have to jump off at another floor and run up a flight of stairs and then call you and tell you that. I'm going to keep that to myself.
I'm only going to be in touch when I have a really weird elevator experience.
Yeah. And I think that kind of qualifies,
so
right?
It sounds like he was being accusatory. Like,
I just think he didn't believe me.
Again, like you're pranking him.
What do you mean you got caught in an elevator?
My elevator? Oh, nay, friend. Nay.
Not on my watch.
Couldn't possibly be the case.
Yeah. So, and the out of order sign never went up.
They've had a string of prank phone calls about non-actual weird elevator situations.
Yeah. No, they're looking into it. They're investigating it, I'm sure. So now you know what I do? I have to take a completely different elevator on the other side of the building. And
well, they did nothing to potentially prevent this from happening again.
Nothing.
Who knows? You're not going to be fired out of the roof like Willy Wonka one day.
I have no idea.
You had a great experience in that you only were off a floor by one.
Yeah. It's not the first time I got caught in this elevator. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh my God.
In the spirit of full disclosure. However, it's the first time I've called.
Okay. So you're saying you didn't do your due diligence previously, so this is really your fault?
It's probably my fault.
I disagree, but that's kind of you to say to them.
And then later on that day, it was a weird day. Later on that day, I wanted to see if I could take any money off of my cable bill because it's like, $4,000 a month.
Yeah, it's between 10 and 12 grand.
It's crazy.
Yep.
So I called the cable company, and I remember a time where you would call them and say, I'm going to cancel. And they're like, okay, we'll give it to you for $30 a month.
Yes.
They panicked.
It wasn't that long ago. They had like a whole retention department and everything they'd direct you to. Yeah.
They still do.
Okay.
But they don't do that anymore. So the gentleman, Charles, I think that was his name, but I feel like I'm kind of making it up a little bit. It's not committed to memory.
Charles at Comcast sounds fine to me.
He was a very nice person. He sounded like this is the job that Charles should have. And let's call him Charlie.
Voice made for Comcast support.
Yeah, it
Charlie.
was.
Okay, Charlie.
Let's call him Charlie because we're best friends now.
Sure.
So Charlie and I are talking, and he wanted to know, what I watch and this and that. And he said he could maybe take off about $10. And he was willing to have the conversation.
Oh, all right.
He couldn't do anything for me. And then we started talking about how the best show on TV is 6 Feet Under. That was it. So it was basically just kind of calling somebody that I sort of knew. We talked about television, and he was giving me some rates, and they weren't any different than what I'm paying now, but he was just doing weird math.
They're like configured in a different way that like
he's like, well, we can give it to you for like $119 a month. But with taxes and fees and this, and I don't even know what the hell he was talking about. You're out the door cost. I'm like, what?
You're out the door cost.
Where am I going? What?
It's already in my house.
What door
and I'd
am
like
I going
to keep it
through?
here.
Yeah, there's no doors.
Out the door cost.
You're out the door and he said it like 4 times.
So, boss, we want to give people a total. No. I don't know if you're familiar with the cable industry, but we don't do things like totals.
We sure don't.
I mean, I could maybe be convinced that we should start giving people, an out-of-door cost, maybe.
Oh.
An out-the-door cost. Out-the-door cost. That has a nice ring to it. Let's do that.
It sounds active.
Yeah.
The
OTDC we could give to them, but I'm not willing to give them a total. That seems a little extreme. But I can be convinced about an out the door cost.
Yeah.
So your out the door cost was going to be essentially exactly the same.
It's exactly the same. I think it was like $4 less.
Well, you won't miss any more episodes of 6 Feet Under.
So it was basically just calling and talking to Charlie for a bit.
You'll have another experience talking to Charlie in about 2 more months when you realize this is still too expensive.
Yeah. So
congratulations
I
on
should
your
ask
not
for him
at all
specifically.
Changed. Is Charles, I think, was his name there?
Do you call him Charlie? Because in my mind, I do. Tell him that it's Kelly calling from Fisher and Sons Funeral Home. He'll get it. He'll understand.
He gave me a price that seemed a little low. It was almost 6 feet under what I was expecting.
Hey-o.
Give him a wink, and then he'll know exactly who you mean.
He'll know. Yeah, I'll hold.
We have a special bond.
Yep.
We had talked about briefly earlier about the fact that we got a new car. And
sweet whip.
It's a sweet whip. Kona the Barbarian is her name. She's a Hyundai Kona.
It's a great name.
And so Hannah, the genius that she is with car naming.
She is really good at car naming. That's like her. She should do that as her job.
If anybody knows of a job opening.
No. She can name campers and RVs.
Oh.
That's what she needs
boats.
to do. Yes.
And boats.
That's what she needs to do.
Oh, I gotta, I'm writing that down right now. I'm taking a note. I gotta let Hannah know that's her new.
Do that. I say we get her on the phone.
She was great.
Jesus Christ.
So Millicent Buchanan was her previous vehicle, Millie the Malibu. And Kona the Barbarian immediately was named. But we were talking earlier about not a trend because it's been going on forever, but I think everybody can relate to at some point. You pass a car on the street or there's a car in your neighborhood and let me see if I can paint a picture here. It's multiple colors. Not a lot of colors. It's like one color except the door or except the hood or except the trunk. It's probably a Honda Civic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds like a trombone.
Sounds like a trombone.
Sounds like a trombone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cars that sound like trombones.
Uh-huh.
Yes. It's a thing.
Yep. It is.
There was somebody who used to live in this building. Not you, not your wife.
Thank you for that
who
preface.
had a trombone car.
Oh.
And they worked nights.
Oh, God.
So they would roll up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, no. They'd get in at 4 o'clock in the morning because it was right around the time that I was leaving for work.
So you were up and you heard it and you said to yourself, thank God I'm up, because that is horrible.
Yeah. And they'd kind of like do them.
So okay, I think it may be difficult for people to understand. I think I get what you're talking about in terms of trombone car. I think you may have an audio
I do.
aid, an
I
auditory
do.
aid for
I
trombone car. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. And to be clear, this is not a car that you're playing.
No, it's a guy playing a trombone. To sound like a car that sounds like a trombone.
People choose this life.
They pay extra to have their car sound like this.
Amazing.
All right, so you guys get the idea.
You get the idea.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
you
Oh,
get
it's
the
really
idea.
taken
Yeah.
off. It's really taken off there.
There's no catalytic converter on that one. So
Cars that sound like trombones. I remember in high school, and I think everybody remembers in high school because it tends that there's an age demographic, I think.
Oh, by the way, shout out to the YouTuber who put out types of car sounds on trombone.
There you go. Types
His
of
name's
car sounds
not
on
it,
trombone.
Unfortunately, or else I'd give him credit.
Yeah,
Let me see if his name is
what's
on
the
it.
channel? Should be below the...
Day. DAY, 57 subscribers.
Oh, nice.
So I'll send him a little.
Yeah, give him a shout out.
Maybe I'll send him a mug.
There you go. Maybe
I don't
send
know.
him a mug.
Who knows?
Cross promote.
Who knows? Maybe
but
he'll send us a trombone. It'd be wonderful.
Little Honda Civic Matchbox car.
Because what you need is me playing a trombone around the house. Or anywhere. Out in the yard.
If you're in the greater Burlington area and you hear a trombone in distress.
Yep. It's just me. It's just
Kelly.
me.
It's just Kelly. But
learning some notes. Doing my scales.
But I think everyone had that. For whatever reason, high school kids want their car to sound like that. And what's funny is that it doesn't end there. It just transitions because you want your car to sound like that. And then apparently at some point down the line, you get a Harley that sounds it's just the evolution of that horrible noise.
Yeah.
Just louder and lower.
I don't understand it.
How do you not have a headache your entire life? Like,
does the car vibrate?
It
Because
must.
it sounds like it must vibrate.
There must be some kind of cabin impact to that noise.
There's got to be something.
I can't imagine why you'd want to deal with that.
You know, like if you hit a hammer on something really hard and then your hands itch?
Yeah.
I feel like if you grab the steering wheel, like your hands would get itchy really quickly.
Like they can't do anything for the first 20 minutes after they get out of the car that involves picking anything up.
Yeah.
They're just standing outside.
No.
They run out of gas.
Hands
They're
are
just
itchy and numb.
standing outside waiting for the feeling to come back in their hands so they can pump gas in their car.
And here's the thing. I don't want to generalize, but I will.
Like we're never not going to do that.
How is it that every single person... Okay, so let me rephrase that. Is the type of person who gets the kind of car, are they a jerk beforehand, and that's just like the jerk car? Or do they get that kind of car and then become a jerk?
Ooh, interesting.
And you could substitute jerk with whatever word you feel is appropriate.
Interesting. A little chicken or egg situation. Does the annoying sound of the car turn them into a jerk?
Right, because everybody's giving them the finger.
Maybe they go in with the best intentions. They go into it thinking, I like a little cognitive dissonance in my commute.
Okay.
And everybody else's car sounds the same. And I'm going to break up that monotony with my trombone car.
Okay.
Then they get the trombone car. They drive it for an hour. Well, how long would it take? How long would it take before that turned you into an asshole?
8 minutes. 8 minutes.
Negative time. I would look at it and be like, no, I'm now a jerk. I'm going to drive this thing everywhere. That's an interesting question. I would be curious as well whether or not they start out as a jerk.
I think what I want to do sometime is maybe if I'm ever at a stoplight with somebody who has one of those trombone cars, maybe I'll roll down the window and be like, hey.
Quick question.
Just quick question before the light changes.
It's for my podcast.
I'm doing research
from a podcast.
I'm doing research from a show. So
hey, Charles, a quick question about your Civic.
Charlie. Oh, okay. Light's green. Never mind. Sorry. And so people that have those cars are kind of jerks on the road. And I think this has all been scientifically proven, but I can't really cite the research right now because I'm busy.
Again, we don't have time for research.
Anybody who drives a white pickup truck
Mm-hmm.
Kind of douchey.
It tends to be the case.
There's no blinkers.
No.
There's lots of like, I'm better than you stickers on the car, you know?
Yeah, well, I was going to say that's their attitude, but
They're
yes.
always in direct opposition to whatever I'm thinking or feeling. You know, like, I love country music and your music sucks.
The white truck phenomenon. The white pickup
crazy.
truck phenomenon.
And I thought maybe it was just kind of a holdover from like O.J. Simpson.
Oh, interesting.
Where
so
I'm
the
just
white Bronco
kind of-
created
yeah.
a stigma
Yeah.
that is perpetuated by everyone who's ever driven a white
But
truck
it's
since
white
then.
pickup trucks.
Right, it's pickup trucks.
With or without a cap, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been proven.
So
and I dare you to prove me wrong, everybody. Because
Don't-
I'm sciencing right now.
white pickup truck drivers suck, don't at me? Is that
Yeah,
where we're at? Is that where we're at?
That's
Or
where we are.
desk meme with the poster that says prove me wrong?
Yep.
Yeah, that no one actually wants to be proved wrong.
Or what's the new one? Fight me.
Fight me.
I've heard that one lately.
That's coming back. Because that was the
it went
initial,
away?
that was like the original
Okay.
fight me. And then
Okay.
people realized that sometimes people would actually fight you.
It's stupid.
And then they realized, wait, I actually don't at me. What I don't want you to do is contact me, even though when people say don't at me, what they want you to do is at them.
They do.
It's a whole thing. But yeah, so okay, white pickup trucks, trombone cars,
Yeah.
off the list
Fight me.
of things things we like.
But if anybody does drive a white pickup truck, we can talk it out.
Send us an
guess.
email.
Yeah.
Give us
but like
at
not-
least provide 4 character references.
Yeah, give me
We'll
some
look into
background that I can give me some research that I can kind of expand on.
Okay.
That's all.
Let's plant the seed. We've posed a hypothesis. Now it's time to follow the scientific method.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did want to circle back quickly to a random question before we let you guys get on with your new year. New year, new question. No, fuck, I hate that so much. We wanted to get to a random question that actually was suggested to us a while back. We want to circle back to it. It was a question that my friend Tim asked, and he wrote in and said, due to a series of post-apocalyptic events, circumstances, and what have yous, the only music that you can listen to for the rest of your life is the full catalog of 3 different artists or bands. Which 3 are they? So this is the desert island situation. You are on a desert island, but I like that he didn't say that because it doesn't make any damn sense that you're suddenly on an island, but you also have 3 artists' catalogs with you. This is a situation where maybe you had some warning and you just needed to collect these albums quickly or get them to yourself in some way, and then you can have 3 artists. Now, let me break down my qualifications. We can talk a little bit about who they actually are, and I'm going to formulate that as we go, but here's my thoughts, okay? 1, they have to have a bunch of songs. There's plenty of artists that I could put on here that have like 1 album, or maybe an album and an EP. So that eliminates for me a band I'm seeing soon. Ripe is the band. Highly recommend, but not a lot of music. And so I would want somebody who had a lot of songs so that I would be less likely to get sick of them. That's the number one thing for me that goes through my head.
Fair enough.
I want to extend the amount of time it's going to take me to get tired of listening to it. So they have to have a lot of songs. I also don't want a genre repeat at all here because I want to have enough music that I can have, if I have moods while I am lamenting the fact that this is the only music I'll ever listen to, and plus probably everyone I know is dead, I want to make sure that I have enough to kind of break up that monotony. So I want disparate genres.
Okay.
So those are the 2 big things.
Okay.
I also want it to be a little danceable. I feel like I'm going to be down in the dumps, and it's important that there's some upbeat tunes in there to keep me moving, keep me motivated with my day. If this is like an I Am Legend situation and I'm all on my own, me and my German Shepherd, I want to make sure that we got plenty of music to vibe to.
Okay.
Okay, so those are my qualifications. Number 1, going to get the semi-controversial choice out of the way right away.
Baby, it's cold outside?
Listen, we are past that season.
Okay, sorry.
It is always a controversial choice.
Sorry.
Great point, though.
Heated.
Michael Jackson, number 1.
Okay.
Michael
Okay.
Jackson. I grew up on Michael Jackson. I'm a child of the 80s. Lots of music, lots of evolution. So his music changed a great deal from sort of off the wall to well beyond. I feel like there's a lot to choose from there. Sort of a more classic sound early on in the albums and then gets a little more experimental. I feel like there's a lot to do there. A lot to listen to, a lot to enjoy. Also, I'm not distracted by all of the other Michael Jackson bullshit because, again, the whole world has ended and therefore I'm really just focused on,
right.
on the
That's
tunes.
like the least of your problems.
Least of my problems. Yeah.
Right.
No one's judging me because, again, they're probably all dead.
Right.
So
So wait, is this on vinyl? Is Is this like
This is a great
CD?
question.
Is
Tim
it
did not
Spotify?
specify how we're getting this music, so
Okay.
let's imagine that we're well into the future, and you're allowed to just listen to music anywhere. By the way, this is my dream.
Okay.
I don't want to have a device. I want to just say, dial me up some Bad album by Michael Jackson, and I'm just listening to it.
You know, you can do that now.
Well, yes, but not. I have to have some kind of device. I have to have a phone, or I have to have something. I can't just in my own head hear at my own request or behest. Michael Jackson.
But then that would bring up the possibility of somebody having control over your thoughts.
Well, again, everyone is dead.
Okay.
So
it's
in this
just you.
scenario, it's
Okay.
just me and the music, baby.
Okay.
So
All right.
so Michael Jackson. That
Okay.
would be my first one.
It's a good choice.
Okay. Thank you. I'm glad. Don't at me.
Fight me.
Second choice. Going to be a personal choice. I don't expect people to come with me on this one. Jason Mraz. Huge
Okay.
Jason Mraz
I
fan,
knew
as
you were
I'm
gonna
sure
say
you're
that.
aware. I don't
Knew
think
you were gonna
anybody
say
who
that.
knows
I
me
was
would be
surprised he wasn't your
surprised.
first choice.
Again, wanted to get the Michael Jackson out of the way, but I think Jason Mraz, again, catalog for anybody who's only aware of Jason Mraz for his like 1, 2, maybe 3 radio hits. Incredible back catalog, tons of music, all kinds of sort of genres and experimental stuff in the back catalog. I love Jason Mraz. I could listen to Jason Mraz now forever and be fine.
Okay.
So that's my second choice.
It's a good choice.
Again, don't at me. Lastly, I would actually probably go Green Day as my third choice. And I think I'm going to get some
Did not
serious
see that
flack
coming.
there.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Green Day kind of went over the parabola in terms of cultural acceptance at some point. But again, lots of music.
Mm-hmm.
Less so in the terms of it's very different. I would not get on any kind of soapbox to say that Green Day's music catalog is super differentiated. However, there's a lot of great music in there, and honestly, if it allows me to include American Idiot, the album, I want to do that because I still stand by that being one of the best albums of the last 25 years.
Okay.
So there's my 3: Jason Mraz, Green Day, and then Michael Jackson. Ask me again in 6 months, and they'll probably
I think
all
I'm going to
different.
ask you again in like 3 months.
Okay. Okay. I can come up with a lot of
as you get
lists.
closer to fatherhood.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? It's going to be like,
interesting.
well, silence is nice. If I had 3 choices, and let's just assume that it is on Spotify and I have really good headphones.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Number 1 choice, because I am a fan of this particular, I want to say group or band.
Okay.
They're a quartet.
Oh, okay.
I saw them years ago when my friend Jackie was a production assistant at Lincoln Center.
Nice.
She called me. I was living in Manhattan at the time, and she said, "Hey, there's this quartet coming into town tonight. Do you want to see them?"
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So she
Yeah.
comped me some tickets.
Nice.
And I went, and it's the Balanescu Quartet. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
They're phenomenal.
Your list already better than mine.
They're phenomenal.
already more eclectic.
And it's not like the stuffy kind of, like typical like string quartet
Yeah.
music. They're amazing. So
Nice.
I'd never heard of them before.
Yep.
And they played for an hour and a half.
Wow.
And I'm hesitant to admit this. I was in tears.
Wow.
They're
Why be
so,
hesitant?
their
Be
music
moved
is,
by music,
oh
people.
my God. I've never been more moved. The only
So
other
cool.
time I was as moved is same week,
Mm-hmm.
same friend
Wow.
Jackie,
Wow.
same
Jackie
festival.
hooking it up. Uh-huh.
I got to see Max Roach and Maboom, which is 3 tiers of percussionists.
Oh my goodness.
And there's Max Roach. Like, there he is. He's in Lincoln Center, and he's like maybe like 50 feet from me.
So cool.
Lost my mind. So
That's awesome.
So my first choice
Okay.
would be Balanescu Quartet,
Great.
because if there's one thing I do like is music without lyrics sometimes.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like if you're in this post-apocalyptic situation, that might be nice from time to time.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's like really upbeat stuff. There's really downbeat stuff. They do covers of Kraftwerk songs. Like, they're really left of
Wow.
center. They're fantastic.
Super eclectic. Love it. Great choice.
So Balanescu Quartet,
Okay.
first choice. Second choice, because I am on an island by myself, I would want to relive part of my childhood.
Ooh.
I was born in 1968,
Okay.
and they have a large library of music from which to choose.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Rush,
Nice.
right?
Nice. Okay. Sure. 100%.
Because you could spend days
Yep.
just listening to the same album over and
Yeah.
over and over again.
I love it. I love the callback to childhood situation. I think that's...
Got to do it.
I really like that. I like that a lot. Great.
And because born and raised in Jersey, I
Mm-hmm.
think everybody knows where this is going. Again, pretty extensive catalog of music, but music that is so incredibly near and dear to my heart,
Yeah.
where it is all but impossible for me to listen to this artist and not get like a little bit teary-eyed. Like, I don't want to give the impression I just like listen to music and cry. But if I have 3 artists, the third one, it would have to be Springsteen.
Nice.
It would have to be.
I will admit to having seen that coming, as you said, but I think you've made the smart choice there. Yeah.
I feel pretty confident in my choices.
Really good list.
Yeah,
really
I feel
list.
okay.
I
feel good.
I, as I mentioned, don't. And I feel like even though I gave it thought, I guarantee you that, if you asked me in a few weeks, I'd have a whole different list. Shout out to Rustic Overtones. Shout out to John Bellion. Many other artists. Shout out to any band that my stepbrother or my mother have been in. That would probably be nice to have along with me.
Yeah, that would be nice to have.
Any of those, for sure. But yeah, I love the question. Tim, thank you for that question.
It's a great question.
Really thought-provoking. And again, don't add us. Or do.
Did
you know
he
what?
give his-
we could
did
use
he
some
give
social
his
media
choices?
interaction. Ooh, great point. Tim, you have asked this question, and we appreciate your listenership. Please send us an email. Let us know who your artist would be. Shoot us a note on Facebook. Shoot us a note on Twitter. You can comment on Instagram if you'd like. Track us down, bittercoffeepod@gmail.com, ideally. Send us a note. I'd love to know who your artists are. And don't
anybody,
any
of our listeners.
And yes, any of our listeners, we'd love to read some lists of your Desert Island artists. Also, Desert Island is a fascinating term, by the way. I thought Desert Island as a child was a place where they only served dessert.
It's spelled differently, though.
Listen, I was a child. I didn't know.
I
didn't know
just,
that.
No.
Also, I feel like my English brain says it should be Deserted Island.
It is Deserted Island.
It is Desert Island.
Really?
Yes. Deserted Island.
But it's deserted.
Here's the thing. A desert island is an island I'm sorry, I'm going to nerd out English-wise here. A desert island is a place on which no one has ever lived. A deserted island is an island on which people once lived and no longer do. It's desert.
Dude,
and
that is deep.
And the etymology of desert is actually from deserted, but the meaning is completely different. I love our language. Thanks, fellow nerds, for listening to me.
No, you kind of threw the grammar gauntlet down, and I'm super happy that you did. You know what annoys me, since we're on the topic of grammar? When people use the phrase like, Derek and I, incorrectly. Oh, here's a picture of Derek and I. No. It's a picture of Derek and me. A picture of me, a picture of Derek.
Yeah.
So it's when it's the subject and not the object, it makes me nuts. And I see it all the time.
Do you ever get corrected by someone? Incorrect? Like, you say it correctly. This is a picture of Derek and me, and they're like, it would be Derek
Actually,
and
it's I.
I mean, it's Derek and I, but
no,
I understand. No.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why they do it. And since we're on the subject of things that annoy me on social media, I'm going to throw this. Now, I feel fired up all of a sudden.
I love it. You've sat up straighter.
Oh, my God.
You've got excitable
Hibiscus
hands.
Cloudberry. It's kicking in.
Cloudberries are going straight to my brain.
I have this hate relationship with Facebook. And here's my latest pet peeve.
Okay.
When people post that they've been hacked. Do not accept a friend request from me. I have been hacked. So and it's because
nonstop too.
I don't understand it. And I even asked 2 separate people. So you put the post out there that you were hacked. How does the person know that they've been hacked?
Usually, it's someone else who sends them a message and says, I got a friend request from you, but we're already friends.
In and of itself is the hoax.
Yeah.
Because I got an email from a friend of mine saying, hi,
yes.
So if they throw in actually.
That was what I got too. I got one of those yesterday.
I actually got another friend request from you.
You're like, that person would
my
not
last
say
interaction
actually.
with them on Instant Messenger was me saying, this is a hoax, right? And I cut and pasted like back in May. And then they did it again. They came at me again. And it drives me up a wall. And here's the thing. If I'm going to hack into somebody's Facebook page, the last thing I'm going to do is raise any suspicions by, hey, you know what? I'm going to send friend requests to the people that are already friends with this person whose page I just hacked.
That'll get them.
I'm going to hang back and do nothing.
I'm going to just scrape your credit card information.
Exactly.
I'm not about to send messages or friend requests.
It makes me nuts. You have no idea how much this infuriates me.
I do have a bit of an idea.
Because I'm waving my hands again.
Yes, a lot of activity coming over from over there.
I cast my tea aside. Hibiscus, Cloudberry, be
damned.
Gone. Jesus Christ.
I casteth my tea aside to rage over Facebook. We've all wanted to rage over Facebook.
It makes me nuts.
I understand
right?
completely. So before we go, one thing to point out. We do have the capability here at the Technologically Advanced Bitter Coffee Podcast to take phone calls. That is a thing that we are able to do. We have a special device that Kelly is now really interested in looking at.
You want to know why I'm interested in
me.
it? Because the call button is white, the auto button is gray, but the drop button, red.
Yes. That is the stop talking to me
says.
button.
Oh. It does.
Oh,
we'll take
drop.
a picture of this too. Oh. Like Sandra Oh.
Nice.
Well, we didn't talk about the Golden Globes. It's fine. I don't need to.
It's fine. Everybody was on Twitter talking about it. We don't need to get into it.
It's fine.
So we do have the ability to take phone calls, and we will be doing that very soon. We're hoping the next episode you'll be able to call us and chat with us.
I think what I want to do is kind of figure out when we're going to be on the air, because
Right.
it won't be a live show that we're just
Right.
gonna throw up on.
We're
iTunes
still
or
gonna
wherever.
record the show. We're
Yeah.
gonna edit the show, but during that show, we're gonna take phone calls. So the idea would be shortly before we're actually gonna record the show, we would let people know, hey, here's where you can get us. Here's the number. Get in touch with us. We're gonna be recording between these hours, and hopefully we get some people calling in. We
That'd
can
be
just
exciting.
chat a little bit, talk about what you enjoy, or pose a random question, or pose any question of any kind, and we will try to help you. Try to
Fight
answer
us.
it. Friggin' add us. Add us via voice.
Should we give out the number now?
Sure, if you want to give out the number now.
I can. That number is 802-338-5511.
And that is the number to the Bitter Coffee Podcast. And we'll let you know when we're going to be taking calls at that number and equipped to record. We're really excited about it. We think it's going to be a great opportunity to hear from listeners and chat about whatever you guys want to chat about. Sort of a free form episode. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look forward to that soon. And other than that, just thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for all the great mug photos that you've been sending us.
Loving
my
the
God.
mug photos. That's what I wanted to talk about.
No, it's
I wanted
great.
to talk about the mug photos.
I think we just make sure that everybody knows how much we love them and appreciate them and want to see more of them. If you've gotten a Bitter Coffee coffee mug from us, please get a picture, send it our way. I want to put a gallery together on Facebook and just thank you. That's so cool to see people with our merch out there.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's a lot of fun.
Pretty
So
great.
thanks everybody for listening. As always, you can find Kelly on Twitter at Flouncy Traeger. You can find me at my ridiculous Twitter handle, Mobydiculous. If you've enjoyed the podcast, please subscribe. We post new episodes every other Friday. If you're so motivated, please leave us a review on iTunes or wherever you're listening from. We'd love to read some more of those. If you have questions, suggestions, topics you'd like us to cover, write us at bittercoffeepod@gmail.com. Again, that's COFFEY. And our intro and outro music is Hold Me Down by John Worthy and the Bends, and we will talk to you all in a couple of weeks. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, you guys. See you
Bye.
soon.